Jonas. Big fan of yours here from Australia. I thank you so much for your time here today for the interview. I just wanted to ask you, how has preparation been for the IPL for you without a lot of T20 cricket lately? Has it been challenging?
It's been good. The good thing is we've been getting a lot of match practice. I've just played a couple of tournaments back in Bangalore. So, it's some really good tournaments. It's a first-class tournament. So it's good, really high-quality cricket. So coming into the IPL with some match practice, and that's been a great thing. Firstly, kudos to everyone who's been able to have cricket still going on in the world currently today, and or sport in the world currently today. So that's a big tick for all of us, and really privileged for that. But yeah, coming in with some matches. So it's just been a little bit of workload that management that I have to probably work on. So something on those lines. But otherwise, it's good. It's been really exciting, and it's not been too long since the last IPL, so it's been pretty quick to this.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really good for us, and probably carrying in a lot of match with us, and the previous IPL is still fresh in us. So yes, feels really good and exciting to be back finally.
And from a personal perspective, how's the experience been working with Shane Warne in the past? Have you had much to do with him, and what kind of advice has he given you?
Well, Warne has been great for us as a spinning unit, especially. I've always said this, one of the best things that he does is he makes you feel like Shane Warne when you're probably not even 10% of Shane Warne, but that's the kind of person that he is. He's a wonderful person, a lot of positive energy, a lot of positive talks, and he always wants to outthink the batsman, and he's always thinking about wickets. So as a leg spinner, it probably comes from him. You always think wickets, and you can't really be too defensive always. Even if you go for that couple of extra boundaries or sixes, you still want that extra wicket that puts your team in the best position. So that's been great, and he's just been like a great support for us as a spinning unit.
And what role are you expecting to have in this year's IPL? Would you do a bit of bowling in the power play and other stages of the innings, or mostly in the middle overs?
Well, last year I bowled a bit in the power play. I bowled 2 overs in a few matches as well. So I'm not really thinking too much on that. It's completely Sanju's and the management's call. As a bowler, as a player, I need to be willing to do anything that the team needs, and you have to be able to thrive on any situation thrown at you. So that's when you're doing well and you're doing a job to the best of your ability. So irrespective, if I have to bowl 3 overs in the power play, I have to be ready. If I'm bowling 1, or if I'm not bowling the power play, using myself through the middle and the end as well, I think I'm ready, and I just need to go ahead and put my best ball out there and make it as difficult as possible for the batsman.
So speaking of Sanju Samson, what are you expecting from him as a captain this year? It's a big season for the Royals, and a new captain on board now.
Well, I've known Sanju for the last 15 years almost, so we share a great friendship. So I've known him since then, and I just know the kind of person he is, and he's a very, very sorted person, mentally and skill-wise. I don't need to speak about it. Everyone knows how good and how destructive he can be as a batsman. That friendship, and I've known him personally for so many years. So again, everyone knows how destructive he is as a batsman, and he has a very, very calm mind when it comes to cricket. He's pretty sorted as a person, and on and off the field. So very calm, and it's going to be great to be playing under him. I think there's a lot to learn, the way he carries himself on and off the field, the maturity that he shows. He has that very mature side. At the same time, he has a very, very fun-loving side in him. So that's something that not many people have, and that's one of the greatest qualities that a person can have, and he definitely possesses that.
That's brilliant. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how he goes as well in a big season for the Royals. Now, for you in particular, I've got a lot of friends here in Australia, and we're obsessed with the Royal Challengers Bangalore team and how stacked they are, but you've got a great record against them. You do well against Virat Kohli, you do well against AB de Villiers. Do you get more motivated before you play against them, or what is it about RCB that brings out the best in you?
Well, I've been asked this question. I really don't know how to answer this question too many times, but obviously bowling to probably the two best players in the world today, the most destructive players probably consistently in the world today. I think it's not been easy. It's there are a lot of emotions that go into my mind as well when I'm bowling up against them. Uh, People just come and ask me, you've got him out and it's
Yeah.
so easy, and how does it feel and all, but the emotions that go in through me are probably a lot more than
Yeah.
what would be going through. So on that side, I go through a lot that way, but it's again, you just have to hold those emotions in. Otherwise, you probably won't be able to execute your skill at the best of your ability on that particular day. Again, I don't think really too much when I'm bowling to them as well. They can hit good balls for fours and sixes, so I'm just trying to understand the wicket, understand the conditions, understand the dimensions of the ground, and just bowl according to that, and try and bowl the best ball on that particular wicket. So I'm trying to repeat those balls more often. So, and that probably gives you the best chance of getting them out or keeping them quiet. I think keeping them quiet itself is a task over getting them out. So that's something that I just try and focus on. So far, it's been good. They have also uh, hit me for a few sixes and fours, but I think as a bowler, you would take that. If you can get them out, that would probably be the best thing. And again, it's always a great privilege to be playing alongside or against or with some of the best players who've played the sport. And yeah, it's just another great experience for me personally as well.
Brilliant. Now, from the Royals' perspective, Jofra Archer is going to be out for the first part of the tournament at least. And considering how important he was for you guys last season, how do you think the Royals will cope in his absence in the early part of IPL?
Well, everyone knows that he was probably a backbone of the bowling unit, and
Yeah.
especially the fast bowling unit. So it's going to be difficult for us. Not going to be easy, definitely. But you know the you have to look at the good things, and any obstacle, you have to try and look at what good it can offer at the same time. So probably the good thing over here is it gives someone an opportunity to stand up and be a hero for us at the same time. It could be a spinner, it could be a fast bowler, it could be anyone. It could be even a batsman just getting those extra runs and giving that cushion for the bowlers. It could be anything. So whoever gets that opportunity is going to be raring to go and really would want to fill in his boots. It's not going to be the easiest boots to be filling in, but I think if anyone can do that job, it would be the most proud feeling for the franchise and definitely for himself and his family.
Yeah, and finally, who do you think the toughest opponents will be in this year's IPL? Do you think it'll be Mumbai again? And which other teams do you think will be up there challenging?
Well, if you look at history, I think Mumbai and Chennai have been consistently probably the two best teams through the IPL over the years. So definitely Mumbai and Chennai would be on top of my list. But if you look at the last IPL, I think even though Punjab didn't qualify, they were very, very close to qualifying, and they did beat a couple of really top teams. Delhi as well is right up there, even with KKR. So it's going to be hard to pick one or two teams, but if I had to pick, I would just pick Mumbai and Chennai, probably because of their past records and the way they played the tournament. And yeah, it would be really, really good to be playing against them. And if we get a couple of wins against them, it probably give us that much of a confidence booster and going in and playing against the other teams.
Well, Shreyas, thank you so much for your time today in this interview. I'll be sure to keep an eye on you here in Australia, even though the matches will be at like midnight during the night. But I'm looking forward to watching you and the Royals do well this season. All the best for the season, and thank you again.
Thank you very much.